Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of Warcraft 3. Over the years, the land of Lordaeron is ravaged by the war between human and orcs. Neither can gain the upper hand. The stalemate leads to a bloodshed battle every day without ending. One night, the orc leader Thrall wakes from a nightmare in which he sees flaming demons falling from the sky. Stepping outside, he is attracted by Crow, which later transforms into a man, who warns him that his nightmare is actually a presage, and in order to avoid his clan to be annihilated, he must lead them in an exodus to the western land of Kalimdor. Several days later, when King Teneras is having caucus meeting with his ambassadors to discuss the potential threat from intruding Orcs clan, a crow flies into the court, shapeshifts to a human being, and gives the same warning he has given to Thrall. But Teneras distrusts him. Being expelled, the man says that he will find someone else to fulfill this mission. Elsewhere, in a violet garden in Dalaran, the head of wizards, Antonidas, is also approached by the mysterious prophet. Though not believing his word about the world's ending, he sends Archmage Jaina Proudmoore to join Prince Arthas in investigating a rapidly spreading plague in the countryside, which kills and turns human victims into the undead. They meet a necromancer, Kel Suzard, who seemed to be the plague's originator. By chasing him down to Andorra, Arthas eventually kills the necromancer, and at his dying breath, Kel Suzard revealed that he is ordered by Dreadlord Mal'Ganis, who commands the scourge that will cleanse the land and establish eternal darkness. Moreover, the grain distributed from Andorra has inevitably infected many people in a nearby city, Stratholme. Mal'Ganis is using these infected people by turning them into undead army. Despite of his mentor, Paladin Uther's strong objection, Arthur is ordered to purge the whole city. When Jaina and Uther step into the city, they find only dead human bodies all over. The prophet, who failed to convince other human leaders to flee west, begs again Jaina to go to Kalimdor. On the other hand, Arthur is lured by Mal'Ganis to the city harbor, where he is told to find his true destiny in the icy continent of Northrend. Upon arriving there, Arthur meets his old friend Muradin, who tells him that there's a legendary sword, Frostmourne, in Northrend. Determined to defeat Mal'Ganis with any cost, Arthur finds Frostmourne in an ancient vault, but learns that it is cursed. Disregarding the warning, Arthur offers his soul to release the sword, which leads to Muradin being instantly killed. With Frostmourne's power, Arthur easily slays Mal'Ganis, but also loses his last vestiges of sanity. Returning to Lordaeron as a hero, being hailed by the people, Arthur murders his father, King Teneras. Some days later, in the outskirts of Lordaeron, the leader of Dreadlord, Tychonjurs, congratulates Arthur on his contribution to the Scourge. Arthur has now become an undead Death Knight after his soul is consumed by Frostmourne, the rune blade in fact created by Lich King. Tychonjurs suggests Arthur to revive Kel Suzard, the necromancer he killed before, and who will aid him in the upcoming tasks. After killing Paladin Uther, Arthur acquires Kel Suzard's remains, and then he is led by the necromancer's soul to the land of Quel'Thala's, kingdom of High Elves. There, Arthur breaches the defense of High Elves and reaches the center of the city of Silver Moon, where Kel Suzard is resurrected as a lich in a sacred Sunwell. Then Lich revealed to Arthur that the Scourge is just a preparation for the invasion of Burning Legion, a vast, innumerable army of demons and corrupted races who seeks to destroy all life, and Arthur has been chosen as Lich King's champion from the beginning. Through a demon gate in Orc's camp, Kel Suzard communes with the demon lord, Archmage, who tells him that only by using the Tome of Dalaran can he be brought into this world. After Archmage is summoned, he immediately lets Dreadlord Tychonjurs lead the rest of the Scourge, claiming that the Lich King is now useless to him. Then Burning Legion begin ravaging human cities and towns one after another. Among the demons, Lord Manoros is angered to learn that his former slaves, Orcs, have retreated from this land. After a lengthy journey on sea, Thor leads his men finally arriving in Kalimdor. He meets the local Tauren leader, Kain, who, after hearing that Thor come to this land for seeking his destiny, directs him north to find an oracle. Stepping further into the land, Orcs are surprised to find human forces also there. Manoros and Tychonjurs lead Burning Legion chasing Orcs to Kalimdor, and in order to lure them out, Manoros spills his blood into a well. Meanwhile, Orc's intrusion has disturbed the life of night elves who live in Ashenvale Forest since long ago. One of the Orc chieftain, Gromash, and his tribe are attacked by night elf leader Cenarius. Being pushed to the brink of failure, Gromash finds the well, feeling its inexplicable power. Then he and his tribe drink the water, finding themselves turning into fell orcs, much more ferocious than ever. With this power, they defeat and kill Cenarius before Manoros appears, and claim that by drinking his blood, Gromash and his tribe are bound to his slaves once again. When Thor and Cairn venture to the Stone Talon Peak to find the Oracle, they see human leader Jaina having stepped into the cave they are looking for. When human and orcs encounter each other in the cave, a fight seems inevitable, but fortunately is stopped by timely arriving Oracle, who is in fact the prophet himself. He directs the two races ally, otherwise Kalimdor will fall into Burning Legion's hand as well. Then Thor and Jaina lead the forces against the common enemy. Thor traps Gromash soul into the soul gem, and then with Orc and humans' combined efforts, Gromash is freed from Manoros' mind control. Afterwards, he sacrifices his own life in a confront against Manoros, kills the Demon Lord eventually, and in doing so, frees the Orcs from the demonic control. The invasion of Undead and Burning Legion also alerts Night Elves, and their leader, Tyrande, merely escapes the pursuit of Archimonde. Because of Cenarius' death, she uses his horn to awaken the slumbering druids, the leader of which is Malfurion Stormrage. Malfurion revealed that Archimonde's goal is to reach the Mount Hydro and draw the energy from the World Tree. Despite of Malfurion's objection, Tyrande frees his brother Illidan, once a Night Elf hero, having been imprisoned after his betrayal. Having been released, Illidan is approached by Death Knight Arthas, who revealed to him a secret to defeat Dreadlord Tychondrius, but claimed the skull of Gul'dan, an artifact the Burning Legion used to corrupt the forest. Though not believing him at first, Illidan is tempted by the immense demon power in the skull and claimed it as his own, becoming a demon-elf hybrid. Though he defeats Tychondrius, Illidan is blamed by his brother for doing so and banished from his clan. The next morning, Tyrande, Malfurion, Jaina, and Thrall are gathered together by the Prophet at the foot of Mount Hydro. The Prophet reveals himself as Medivh, the last guardian who has led orcs into this world long ago, and by doing so, mistakenly opened a gate for the demon invasion. In order to amend his sin, Medivh says that human, orcs, and night elves must unite their strength. The allied force successfully hamper Archimonde's attack on Mount Hydro. When the Demon Lord comes to the World Tree, intending to draw its power, he doesn't realize that many ancestral spirits has gathered inside the tree. By fusing into Archimonde's body before explosion, they destroy him at last. Peace once again comes to Kalimdor as the Burning Legion's forces wither away in defeat. Thrall and his Orcs horde build a new kingdom called Durotar on the continent of Kalimdor. He and Jaina both agree on the truce between the Alliance and the Horde. However, Illidan, after a long time in prison and being expelled afterwards, frees Naga race from underneath the sea. Meanwhile, Night Elf Warden Maeve pursues him to the island of Surama, where hosts the remains of Titan Sagaras. Inside the tomb, she finds Illidan, who has obtained an artifact, the Eye of Sagaras. Maeve successfully escaped the ambush and sends a messenger to return to Kalimdor calling for help. When Malfurion and Tyrande arrive with the reinforcements, Illidan flees with his ship east to the land of Lordaeron before saying that he has sworn his loyalty to a new master. Then Malfurion, Tyrande, and Maeve chase him to Lordaeron, where they meet Blood Elves led by Prince Kelsars. During a battle against the Undead, Tyrande risks her own life to cover the main troop before she falls from the broken bridge, swept away by the river current. When Malfurion and Maeve catch up with Illidan again, he is using the Eye of Sagaras to devastate the land Lothlorien. Hearing that Tyrande is in danger, Illidan volunteers to save her at once. Returning with Tyrande in safety, Illidan is absorbed by Malfurion despite of Maeve's objection. In a fragile alliance with human, Prince Kelsars and his Blood Elves are suspected on their loyalty by their race's human superior. When Kelsars accepts Naga leader Vash's help when facing their common enemy, the Undead, he and his night elf fellows are imprisoned for treason. Vashj rescues them and leads them to Outland, the original homeland of orcs, where Nargothr's master Illidan is captured by Maeve. Kelsas and Vashj rescue Illidan before the Blood Elf Prince swears his loyalty to him. Then Illidan tells him that he was previously approached by Demon Lord Kil'jaeden, who blames the defeat of Burning Legion to the betrayal of Lich King, and asks Illidan to kill him. His previous attempt to remotely destroy Northrend with Eye of Sargeras is to achieve this goal. However, with his efforts thwarted by Malfurion and Tyrant, he is chastised by Kil'jaeden for his failure. Then Illidan decides to lead his army to assault Northrend himself. On the other hand, Arthas informs the Dreadlords of Archimonde's defeat before he starts to reclaim his kingdom. He is telepathically contacted by Lich King that Northrend is in danger and he should return at once. Meanwhile, with Lich King's power fading, Sylvanas, who was a high elf and forcibly converted to an undead monster, is persuaded by the Dreadlords to overthrow King Arthas for her own vengeance. Then Arthas is ambushed by Sylvanas on his way to leave Lordaeron, but with Kel'Thuz's timely rescue, Arthas departs for Northrend as planned. Upon setting his foot on Northrend, Arthas meets the forces of Blood Elves, and through Kelsas, he learned that Illidan is assaulting the Ice-Crowned Glacier where the Lich King and his frozen throne is located. Though running out of time, Arthas reaches there in time with the help of Crypt Lord Anubarak. At the gate of Frozen Chamber, he and Illidan have a duel, which Arthas eventually wins. Afterwards, he steps in, and in front of the frozen throne, Arthas is asked by Lich King to break the ice and free his son. By taking on Lich King's helmet, Arthas lets the soul join him, becoming the new Lich King himself.